with us. Right? Gotta build the channel up, man. They got the Precepts 3, man. Damn. But we back at it. It don't stop. Hey, Shalom. We in there? All right. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Hey, GMS Charlotte back at you with another live camp. All right, midweek camp. Through Spirit Power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Before we get started, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect, man. All right? So we're going to get rolling, bear with us. All right? Many people out there will be caught unawares, all right, pursuing the Matthew, the 24th chapter, man, right? Many will be caught off guard with their pants down, so to speak, right? Because people are not prepared for what's about to happen, right? We talked about earlier today amongst the brothers about, what was it, Putin. His life was threatened. You know, it was a assassination attempt on his life. So Lord's will, you know, like brothers are saying, Lord's will, that's the catalyst, all right, that's going to really pop off World War III, because that's prophecy at the end of the day, right? Hey, behold, the second woe is past. Behold, the third woe coming quickly, right? So this is what we out here to warn our people. Basically, the impending doom, all right, the destruction, all right? Things are about to get real uncomfortable here in Babylon the Great, which is America, according to the Bible, right? So we're out here to warn you. Matter of fact, you want to get that Ezekiel 33. Start with that a little bit, and then we get that Matthew 24. You know?
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people.
That's right.
And say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land make a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
Right, and the trumpet today would be the prophets, all right? The mouthpiece of the prophets out here warning you day in and day out about the impending judgments that the Lord has set upon Babylon the Great, which is America, right? So we are those watchmen on the watchtower watching out for the danger that's coming, right? We're watchmen over the souls of the hopeful elect, man. The sheep. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Yeah, and the reason why is because you didn't take heed. You didn't listen. You know, you didn't think that the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai were of any importance. You thought you had it all figured out. You had a plan already, man. Right? So when the sword comes and it takes off your head, hey, the blood gonna be upon you.
Right.
Go ahead.
But if the watchman see the sword come, verse 6 or verse 5, so he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him.
That's right.
But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
So he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. The ones that's listening, all right, the ones that's taking heed, that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, that can actually see what's coming. Hey, what does it say? A prudent man, you know, foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, right? And we're hiding ourselves in the scriptures, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know. You know, you can read that again.
Ezekiel 33 and verse 5.
That's right.
He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Speak on it.
You know, as we've been saying, man, you take heed to this message that's coming out. You take heed to the warning that's coming from the prophets, man. And that's how you save your soul, man. Right? Your salvation is at hand when you hear this word, man.
That's right.
You know, so when you see the men on the highways and byways, you see these lessons going up day in and day out. You know, that's the warning of what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to bring upon the land, man. You know, and this is your chance to receive that salvation, to receive that hedge.
That's right, brother.
What are we seeking salvation from? This world is blatantly promoting Satanism on a high frequency.
Right.
And niggas ain't got no hope. Niggas just going along with Satanism at this point, bro.
Right.
Like you putting yourself into a position to go against the Most High.
That's right.
Under the rulership of these so-called white men.
That's right. Yeah, he's ready. Hey, he's ready. Matter of fact, let me get that. Right? This is what we trying to tell our people, but nobody's listening. All right? So this came out a couple days ago, right? It says globalist 2030 agenda pushed by World Economic Forum set for launch as elite make final drive towards total control, right? And it was reworded because it initially said that the global elite, basically the WEF, were accelerating their agenda, right? Because 2030 is literally right around the corner, right? 7 years is nothing. So if they're talking about accelerating their agenda, that lets you know, as I went into the lesson, hey, these devils, they ain't got time left. They're on borrowed time, right? They know that they got to go ahead and execute their plans for the sake of prophecy. And the Lord really, he put the spirit on these devils to accelerate the prophecies, man. This is why, hey, any given day, man, that chip gonna drop, man. Right? That chip gonna bust you in your lip. Right?
Like you read, this their final drive, man. This the 2-minute warning, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They in 2-minute offense, they're pulling out all the tricks.
Right.
You know, all the stops, man.
Hail Marys, everything.
So it's all about they're about to just completely unveil, man. They're about
Right.
to unleash everything that they've been devising.
Right. I'm gonna read a little bit of it too before we go back to the script. So once again, the title, it says Globalist 2030 Agenda Push, right? The key word is push, accelerate. Globalist 2030 Agenda Push by World Economic Forum set for launch as elite make final drive towards total control, right? Straight to the point, jumping down, right? So it says the WEF, World Economic Forum, headed by German engineer Klaus Schwab, because that's what he is, 1948er at that. It says has acknowledged that previous attempts to implement their plans have been hindered by quote-unquote unforeseen setbacks, right? Which is really us, it's really the prophets, because we're out here basically revealing his hand through the Spirit of the Lord. It says, such as the Crown 99 demic, the adverse effects of climate change, right, which they're using that as an excuse to basically enslave everybody, man, to get full control. It says, and the escalating cost of food and fuel worldwide due to the conflict in Ukraine. It says global leaders and their representatives have been summoned to quote-unquote strategize and accelerate the progress. That's the key. To strategize and to accelerate the progress, meaning their plans, their agenda. It says and accelerate their progress of what the WEF calls, quote, arguably the greatest ever human endeavor undertaken to create peaceful, just, equal, and sustainable society. That's all bullshit. Real quick, go to Psalms 55 and 21, right? Because this is the guide, so to speak, right? Give me that real quick.
So Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Right. See, the words of this devil's mouth is smoother than butters. You know, we gotta sustain climate change. You see what I'm saying? We gotta bring peace to the earth. You know, in the name of technology, man. Right? Go ahead.
Meanwhile, when they're going to these climate change summits, niggas is flying in on BJs.
Come on, man.
You got all this carbon emission that's being emitted out of these fucking planes, but yet we trying to save the earth. Niggas full of shit.
Full of shit, man. But that's the devil. Go ahead.
So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
You see that? But war was in his heart. So even though his words are smoother than butter, war is in his heart, man. These devils, these globalists, these elites, all right, their mindset is what? To take over the planet. All right, by the means of what? Sorcery, technology. All right, ownership is enslaving you through what? The MARK of the beast, right?
It makes sense. The world is gearing toward a technocracy. And here it is. They have the means of this technology to put inside of your body to delegate and mitigate how much you do, what you do,
Exactly.
when you do it, how you do it. You know,
Right.
all in the name of trying to save the earth.
Right.
It makes sense. It adds up.
Who wants to live like that? See what I'm saying? Hey, that's crazy, man. Every single time, man, that's crazy. He gonna come back and build. But anyway, right? Read that Psalms 55:21 again, and I'm gonna make this point because it says in this article real quick, then we'll go back to that Ezekiel 33.
Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Now check it out. Let's read on. It says, but again, do not let the flowery language fool you. That's the spirit. You can't let the flowery language, it said, that smooth speech, right? It says, do not let the flowery language fool you. They seek to bring the world under their control so that we will live their visions of a peaceful and just society. Right. You're talking about a world with no genders, right? You know, just be anything you want, right? Just madness, man. No God, right? Just a savage world, man. You see what I'm saying? Like the what's it called? A dystopia, right? Dystopia. You know, this is the mindset as we went into the lesson before about that clash, all right, between this technocracy and the true believers in the scriptures, man. Right? This devil, he's pushing a pseudo kingdom, man, a false kingdom, in the name of science and technology, right? So it says, they seek to bring the world under their control so that we will live their visions of a peaceful and just society, quote unquote, which will mean giving up on our democratic systems and turning over all power to them, the tiny minority of a mega wealthy elitists who fancy themselves as God kings. See that? So this is where we headed to. This is the world we headed to, man. So like we said, many are going to be caught up. Many are going to be caught unawares.
If I can add to that last point, it said a small class of God kings, right?
Right.
You have Noah Harari saying, look, we're acquiring divine powers. You know?
Right.
That humans are becoming gods. This is what these global elites are saying on these platforms.
That's right.
Boldly. Like, they don't need to hide it from people no more.
That's right.
These people are so simple-minded and bugged the hell out that they don't care.
That's right.
They just hear it and they be like, shit. I'm finna watch game 2. Where we watching game 2
Right.
at? You know what I'm saying? Where we watching game 2. Meanwhile, you got all this shit going on in the world that's gonna impact you on a grand scale like never before, man.
Yeah.
It tells you in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, is gonna be at a time as never before.
Exactly.
Because this man is coming down hard, man.
Yeah. This trip. Oh, Salak.
I was gonna say, he had the point where he like, look, I gotta go all in.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, like brother said, at this stage in the game is 2-minute warning, man. This nigga way back down at the 10-yard line on the opposite side of the field.
Yep.
This nigga trying to make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With everything.
Sweat.
There have been two things that they felt like were really well.
It's back in. Actually,
Yeah. Bring it out. Talk loud too. It's a little windy out here. Bear with us.
this is the book of Psalm chapter 36 and verse 3. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
Exactly.
He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed.
Read that part again where he said he left off to be wise. Slack. Just read it again.
Psalm 36 and 3.
Yep.
The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
All the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. All right? Death, deception, fraud. Right? Go ahead.
John 10 and 10.
Exactly.
The thief cometh but not to kill, steal, and destroy. That's all Esau Edom has done throughout this whole earth.
Yeah.
Kill, steal, and destroy.
He hath left off to be wise.
He have left off to be wise. That's why going into a lesson I did today, how there's no more wisdom here in Babylon. There's no wisdom in America, man. Right? The New York Post article, fewer teens identify as heterosexual more than ever. Right? They said 40%, but really was 60%. according to another article, that all these so-called Generation Zs, right, they identify as transformers and sodomites or bisexual, right? So there's clearly no wisdom in this place, man. And it all goes back to those that are in power. Because like it tells you in Sirach, the 10th chapter, as the leader, so is the people, right? So, hey, wisdom has been removed out of here, man. Right? The council of Pharaoh is foolish, man. That's why these people in this society are bugged the hell out, man. Right? Plagued with demons. Right? An anti-Messiah lifestyle, man, which is pushed heavily here, man. So it said that he left off to be wise. Read that part again, Salaki.
Psalm 36 and verse 3. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise.
He have left off to be wise. Ain't no wisdom in Esau, man. Right?
And to do good.
And to do good, because what? He was created to be the wicked. Right? His spirit is not upright in him. Habakkuk 2 in verse 4. He was created to be Satan, man, in the flesh. Right? He's adverse. Satan goes back to what? Adversaries? Right? He's adverse to Yahweh Shema Shah, the righteousness, to the scriptures, man. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4, Psalm 36 and 4. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. You know? And that word abhorreth means to hate, man. You know? So they're contrary to Yahweh Shema Shah, because he hates the evil, man. Right? He hate the evil, love the good. Right? But they love the evil, man, and hate the good. That's why you see them coming against this true doctrine, man.
Right.
That's why you see them pushing harder than ever, you know, to forward their wicked devices, man.
Yeah. Exactly. This whole New World Order thing is to fight against Yahweh Shema Shai at the end of the day. Right? That's really what it's about. You know? Whatever y'all brothers got.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns, like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right. You know, that's Esau Edom, man. That this Edomite hegemony, they come and they speak, you know, soft words as we read, man. You know, they sprinkle flowers in front of everything they say, but in the behind the scenes, everything they devise is wicked, man. Everything they devise is to bring death, chiefly to you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know, their whole MO is to come against the tribes, man.
To destroy the nation of Israel. Read that again.
Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns, like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Yeah, 2 horns, you know, how Esau plays both sides. Right? He's behind everything that you see going on in the world, man. Whether it be good or bad. Hey, that's his way of trying to be like the Most High. Right? The 2 horns, and they said that one like a lamb. Because right now, where are we at? All the technology that's being pushed right now is biometric. Right? On how we can, you know, enhance the body. You know, we can become superhuman. You know, this is what society needs. You know, the microchip saved the paralyzed man. He can use his arms and legs again. He can control things with his mind. So that's being presented in the way of salvation, so to speak. But meanwhile, it said, but he spake as a dragon, because when this thing goes down, it's gonna be full-blown draconian, right? Lockdowns. You ain't gonna be able to do shit, right? What did the devil say? You will own nothing and be happy. Right? We getting ready to see them horns come out of Esau, man. You're going to really see the devil for who he is according to the scriptures, man.
His legislation, the way how he's going to pass it is going to be so swift, people aren't going to even care.
Right.
You know? If we could jump down, if we could keep reading down to Revelation 13.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Verse 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him.
Right.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Yeah, the Roman Empire, that Greco-Roman Empire system, which is being exercised now through America, NATO, and the EU. That's the beast when you read the beginning of the chapter of Revelation 13. You know, it goes back, and that word beast goes back to a bestial, savage man, right? Going back to the Edomites. Go ahead.
Until he went on, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Right, which goes back to his nuclear technology. He doeth great wonders. He causes fire to come down upon heaven, down from heaven in the sight of men. Right?
Because that incident of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that was the first of its kind. And that's the only time that that's been used on that scale. You know, where you had a nuclear warhead actually being used and exercised on the planet Earth. You know, it allowed America to enter into center stage as the dominant superpower.
That's right.
You know?
Yep.
Verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles.
Right, which also is happening right now. It said, read that part again, Salah.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles.
Right, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which now we see through this his science, this medical technology, which is getting geared towards this microchip, right? 60 Minutes did an interview about 2 weeks ago going into how they put that device in the people's bodies and they were able to use their arms. Even the latest news, right? That company out there in Utah that already implanted like over 50 people with chips in their bodies, man. So this thing is here, all right? This thing is here. And many people are going to be deceived by that technology, man.
Right. Look at how niggas jumped and acted when they was rolling out the juice packet. Niggas was like, shit, I can go outside again?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I can continue living my boring life.
Right.
I don't have to sit in the crib with my wife and kids that I hate. Yes. You know? And this is the exact same way that this devil is going to roll it out. But as the elder said, it's going to be full-fledged draconian, man. He's going to make it. You niggas have no choice but to get it. Right. The only way that you're not going to get it is if you're of the elect. Lord willing, we be at that number, man.
Right.
But the scriptures tell you in the book of Romans that the Lord will return 7,000 that will not bow the knee to the image of Baal, man. Okay? And that is not going to happen to the elect, man. The Lord has preserved an elect remnant of the nation of Israel, the so-called last Americans, that won't be ensnared, man. And we have faith, we hope Shai, that he will be with us, man. That he will keep us faithful until the end. You know, it says that in Matthew 28 and 20, I am with you to the end, always.
Always. The Lord will put the spirit upon the elect to resist. Right? They're not going to fold. Right? That 7,000 men, which that number 7 just means completion. So the Lord has a complete set number of men that ain't going to sell out, man. That's going to stand firm, whether it be through death or salvation. You know? Whether they get their heads cut off. Right? Hey, the guillotines are here. Brothers been talking about that, man. Right? They got the guillotines, the firing squad. That's basically what Donald Trump was talking about. You know, a part of his whole campaign thing. If he got back in the office, he was going to bring the guillotines, the firing squads. I think he talked about hangings, all types of shit.
And I mean, hey, at the end of the day, it don't matter if it's Donald Trump, Joe Biden.
Absolutely.
It don't matter, man. Like, as we was going into up in the couple verses above in Revelation 13, right? We had 2 horns. It's all in the same fucking body. It don't matter who it is.
Right.
You know, like as these people was talking about the politics when it was coming time for the election in 2020. Well, I gotta choose the lesser of 2 evils. These motherfuckers is evil, point blank, period. Right. Alright? It's prophecy that there's gonna be guillotines. It's prophecy that there's gonna be martyrs. Okay?
Right.
So it don't matter who the fuck in there.
Right.
This devil was known as that. This is what's being prepared to be rolled out on the saints, man.
Exactly.
Can I get
Whoever's in the office, like you said, whoever's in the office, their job is to do the bidding of the elite. You know? So it don't matter, man. That's why you goofies out there that's all caught up in the voting system, the voting scam, and how the so-called election was, you know, rigged, all that bullshit. Right. All right? It don't matter, man.
Man, if you still believe in the voting system after 2020, you a dumbass.
That's right. Wake up our brothers and sisters because they sleep.
That's right.
They don't know who they praying to.
Yeah, they don't.
That's right.
All right, now.
They're not awake like so.
That's right.
But no, like I was saying, if you still believe in the voting system after 2020, these devils was literally trying to go back and forth to make sense of how fucked up that shit was, because that's the first time that a rigged election was actually made known to the public on a high level in this time period in the modern age,
Right.
so to speak. All right, and you still got our people out here voting for the system, hoping for change. Nigga, change ain't gonna come until you repent, man.
Right. That's right. Repentance, man. Right? Why, hey, seek the Lord while he may be found. While the evil days come not. The scriptures say that, man. This is the time to run into that strong tower, like the scriptures say, man. The righteous runneth into the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it, and they're safe. This is the time, man. It's time to take cover, man. Hide yourself in the secret place of the Most High. Right? Go ahead, Doc.
Continuing on.
Yeah, keep going.
Revelations 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Yep.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast,
Yeah, the Roman Empire system. Right? Go ahead.
which had the wound of a sword, which had the wound by a sword, and did live.
That's right.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
And we're in that time right now, man. The image, this man's system, right? This new system that he's pushing is speaking, man. Right? And it's speaking through America, man. Right? Hey, Biden was on the platform. What did he say, man? Hey, the chips. What he said, the chips are going to be produced out of America. You know, we're gonna push these chips. He said we're gonna stamp everything, man. Right? Going into what? That charagma, man. To stamp, to engrave, to cut into, man. Because that's what's getting ready to happen. So the image is speaking, man. The technology is out here, man. Ain't no way you can say that you didn't know that the microchip was the mark of the beast. Ain't no way. Right? And the Lord has made that clear. And the Lord said, look, there would be no more cloak. You know? He said, I have made known my words unto you, and which is by the way of the prophets, man. Right? So all you niggas out there that's playing around, right, you gonna get caught up.
Right.
You know?
It's too much information out here. Even just coming from regular people that don't have a sense of spirituality, you know, they don't understand the truth, but they still like saying, like, look, this is clearly something
Right.
that's something like mark of the beast type shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's known the mark of the beast would be involved in the element of buying and selling.
Exactly.
Existing within the marketplace. And this technology, it links up with the direction of the NWO. It's seamless.
Man.
But niggas want to play games. But let's see what happens when you play games.
That's right. What do they say in the world? You play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
You gonna get a dumbass reward.
You know? And that's what we're trying to tell Jake, man. Right? You trying to pretend like you don't know what's going on. All that's played out, man. All you Israelites are going to be held accountable for hearing the truth. Right? The men of the Lord are out here, man. This truth is out here. All throughout the unicorn, the internet. The brothers are all over the earth. On the highways and hedges. Nationally and internationally, man. Right? Go ahead, Al.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 4. And say, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation.
That's right.
Right. This is the mindset of a lot of our people. Here it is, you live in the age of information, and you still subscribe to these various denominations, these wicked ass idols, right? You still cleaving to the idea that you're black, Hispanic, Native American. You're subscribing to bywords and proverbs. You refuse to believe in the prophecies, the word of the Lord, right? Because you want to play this little stupid ass game of where's the promise of the Lord's coming, because you feel that the Lord ain't rolling on your time.
Right.
You want to play all these fucking games and exist in the world because the Lord not operating on a time frame that you like.
Right.
Like you in control. You're the creation. Okay, you're not the creator.
Right.
So play your lane. Let's stay within the parameters of what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai had told us to do, which is to endure, to go through the straight gate, position of difficulty.
2 Peter 3 and verse 5. For this they are willingly or ignorant.
For this they are willfully ignorant. Niggas are playing this game as, I don't know. Nigga, you know. Stop playing, bro. Because you gonna fuck around and be in a position of difficulty when the time of Jacob's trouble hits and you ain't gonna have no answers.
Right.
Them niggas gonna want to seek the Lord. Right? And the Lord ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. Because the men of the Lord, they're gonna be removed out of the way. We coming into the time of the famine of the word. Alright? We're coming into the time of great troubles, great perils. And you niggas still want to play ignorant.
Right.
So, do you think that it's going to be unrighteous for the Lord to start killing you niggas in mass numbers? No.
Right.
You have opportunity of grace to get your shit in order so that you could withstand the test of the hour of temptation.
Right.
You know? So that you can be synced up with the Spirit. Alright? Call upon the true names of the Heavenly Father and His Son.
That's right.
Know who you are. Right? The niggas think this shit is a game, man.
That's right.
Niggas ain't gonna think this shit a game when you ain't got no games to play, man. Niggas still got games to play, so they think this is one.
Ephesians, it's like 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the word that was then being overflowed with water perished.
Right? First death. Alright, the Lord destroyed the earth via the flood. You're familiar with the story of the flood, right? Noah and his sons and their wives, along with the animals, were preserved from the day of judgment, man. Alright? And the Lord flooded out the whole planet, man. And Noah was out there prophesying for years, man. And niggas was being wicked as all hell and doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Just like now. Right? You read it?
Whereby the world that was then, heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire.
Right, by the same word. So this word is going to confirm everything that's going to come to pass. The scriptures say the word is faithful and true. Alright? We're reading of the destruction that's going to come in our lifetime. Alright? What side of the ball game do you want to be on? The niggas that get destroyed or delivered? Alright, brother.
But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire.
Reserved unto fire. How is that fire going to come upon the whole earth? What magnitude of fire is going to shake the earth to and fro as a drunkard? Those ICBM missiles, man. Rightfully so, because these niggas out here are wicked as all hell. You know what I'm saying? Our people are completely finished. They need a reset button. Niggas ain't gonna be out here living in America forever, bro. I hate to burst your fucking bubble, Jake. You're not finna go ahead and cop no 2050 Mercedes. Cut that shit.
It said,
PlayStation 10.
Nah, shit, we be lucky we get a PlayStation 5 Plus.
it said reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Right. Ungodly men. Which is you niggas have taken on the spirit of Esau Edom, man. You niggas are identical Siamese twins. You know, and I'm speaking to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans because this is who this message is really to, man. These heathen, they don't give a fuck. They walk up and down the street. They gonna be our slaves in the kingdom. Fuck them. Right? But to you jakes that hear this word, take heed to this, man. Stop playing games. Because I promise you, you're not gonna like the way how the Lord is gonna roll out and you are unprepared. You're gonna wish that you took heed to the word, man. Because when the doors of mercy are shut, it's not going to be any, well, let me just go ahead and slide in right quick. I see a little crack in the door. No, those doors are going to close. And it's going to be full-fledged judgment. You niggas aren't ready for that, man.
This is the time right now where repentance is being forwarded, to you. This is the time that you take the opportunity, of this grace, to repent, to get right, man.
Right. Niggas gonna act like they gonna be built to last through Jacob's trouble. Like, bro, that Glock switch ain't gonna help you. Them little assault rifles that you got at the crib ain't gonna help you.
Right.
Why? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is in control of everything.
That's right. That's right.
Realize that. The Lord is in control of everything. The Lord said, I kill and I make alive. I, the Lord, do all these things. The Lord creates the light and the darkness. So if the Lord said that he's going to judge the wicked, you think that you're going to get away scot-free? You think an AR or a pistol is going to help you get away scot-free? Be fucking real, man. If the Lord want to pull your ticket, he will do so. He's trying to tell our people, look, repent, as the scriptures say in Luke 13. Luke 13:3. Yahweh Shai said what? I tell you, nay, he should repent or perish.
That's right.
You only got two sides of the coin. You got to come up some other way. You think that you're going to make it through Jacob's trouble off of weaponry shit. Because you got a stock load of food in the back of your crib. That shit ain't going to help you if you don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's what we telling our people, man. Repent and believe in the gospel, or your ass going to die. And it's going to, the final catalyst of that destruction is going to be those nuclear missiles, man. We telling our people, look at the fucking state of the world.
Yep.
You think that this shit gonna go on forever? Are you nuts? You gotta be a madman to think that America's gonna go on for 30 fucking years. You know? That's blind hope. That's vain hope. You trusting in your oppressor, you trusting in a false sense of reality. Wake the fuck up. Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, that's what we telling you, man. Right? If you don't participate, if you're not involved in this new system that's being ushered in, all right, you're gonna be cast out. Right?
It's like, so what? What you really losing? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's the trial. Because that's the test. That's really the test of your faith. Right? People depend on money. They depend on the banks, their jobs. The stock market. Right? A lot of people got their money tied up in the stock market, man. There's so many people that got their money, all their life savings in the stock market. So when that shit crashes, that's the end of everything you own.
Niggas get off the market. Niggas get paid out monthly, quarterly, annually, off of that dividend that they make, interest that they have,
Right.
Tied up into these stocks and bonds.
That's it.
All that shit gonna come to an end.
Poof. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 16. You pull up the word causing. Revelations 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Yeah, that mark. The mark. Right? Receive that mark. He calls it all. Right? Small and great, rich and poor. Receive of that mark. Right? You got that word causing.
It says the word causing is K-O, the Strong's G. It reads, jump down to the point. To constitute or appoint on anything, to appoint or ordain, to declare on anything. So it's going to be made a declaration across the land that you have to take this MOTV in order to function in society, man. All aspects of society are about to be tied to the plans of Christ, man. So he's going to make it law through his legislation, man. Right? He frameth mischief by law, scriptures say.
That's right.
This is the laws that he's going to put in place that are going to force you to take this thing, man.
That's right. That's it.
And like brothers always bring out the point of when this devil rolled out that juice packet. Look at how he was able to control the masses. He put out little probes and psyops, constantly feeding that shit to you on these mediums. people died. Like, damn, nigga, I don't see nobody. I don't see these hospitals packed like that. But okay, niggas just go along with it because that's the influence that these elites have, and people undermine that. So when he's prepared to actually roll out this device, the mark of the beast, oh, he's really gonna come with that shit. You thought he was dropping a 30 ball? Nah, he about to drop a 60 ball. You know what I'm saying? Hakeem numbers. This nigga about to go crazy.
But he used the magic words.
You know what I'm saying?
Retaliation.
Because it's Revelation 12 and 12. This nigga know he has a short time to enforce this, man.
Right.
He's coming against the apple of the Lord's eye. Alright, he's reached his threshold of sin. Alright? And he's trying to lock in and pull down all the people along with him. He saw a bitch, that's what he do. Like, I'm gonna bring everybody down with me.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pull up this precept if I may.
Bring it out.
Because we made mention of the king, him having power, right?
That's the very reason why, as we spoke earlier, that's the reason why these elites are accelerating the agenda, right? He's reached bounds that he can't pass. He got to do what he got to do. And the Lord going to put the spirit on him for the sake of prophecy, right? Go ahead.
Accelerate. So the definition in the Adam Online Dictionary reads, to hasten the occurrence of, to make quicker, to hasten, to quicken, to make haste, to go faster, become faster.
Yeah.
You know, as the elder was saying, man, they're speeding up all their plans, man. You know, they're cutting out the middleman and they're going straight direct to you, man. Right? Instead of taking these long, drawn out approaches, it's just going to be direct, straight to your doorstep, man.
Yeah.
And that's what we're about to see, man. As things ramp up, we're seeing even the World War III talks are starting to ramp up. You know, where back in the 1940s, these things would take a couple years to take place. It's taking days and weeks in order to take place, man.
That's the spirit. Got a precept. Get that in Matthew 24 for me. Matthew 24, read 21 to 22. Right? Hey, Putin just had a threat on his life, man. So, hey, Lord willing, like we said, hey, this summer is gonna be a hot summer, man. Hey, don't forget about it. In July, they got the Fed now. But pretty much the government's about to take over all, pretty much all over financial transactions.
And you still have the settlement. They're trying to reach an agreement on the debt ceiling, which is coming up June 1st. You know, and Janet Yellen, she's been highlighting. Look, if we don't make this debt ceiling, the U.S. is going to default. And it's too much shit going on for them to even try and think about that.
It's Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, nor to the time, nor ever shall be.
Yeah. So that's the impending doom, right? A time of tribulation that the world has never seen nor experienced, man. Right? We're talking about worse than the flood, worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. Right? We're talking about pure judgment from the power, man. Go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened.
Yep, see, except those days should be shortened. This is why these goddamn devils got to accelerate the plans, right? Hey, like I said, you don't think they see the chariots out there in the heavens, right? The so-called UFOs. They acknowledging it now because what? The chariots are doing a reconnaissance. Basically, it's a military operation to spy out the land before they attack. So that's what's going on right now, man. And the angels of the Lord, what are they doing? They're reporting all this wickedness that's going on the earth back to Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. Right? The messengers, man. Right? The eyes of the Lord are in every place beholding the good and the evil. Go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Yeah, so that's the point. So the Lord put the spirit on these Edomites, these so-called globalists, the elites, all right? Basically the international banking families that control the earth. He put the spirit on them to accelerate the plans. Because, hey, like we said, hey, you damn devils, hey, stop stalling. Do what you got to do. Because once you make that move, hey, guess what? Yahweh Shemel Shah gonna make his move. Prophecy gonna be fulfilled, man. Right? Go ahead, Op.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be short.
See that? So for the elect's sake, this is all about the elect. Everything that's going on in the planet Earth is for the very elect. Right? It's for nothing else. It's for the elect. Those that were sanctioned to be delivered by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So these things are ramping up. That's why, look, we already in month 5. This is month number 5 in 2023, man. We at the halfway point damn near, right?
After early May.
Come on, man.
Me and Brother Cornwall was speaking. We were like, damn, it's like every day is some shit.
Every day is some shit. Every day is some news, it's a lesson. Every day is something going on, man. That's why I whip. We are the true spiritual news reporters. See that? We give you that raw, unfiltered, truth. We're measuring the times within itself via the scriptures, man. Go ahead, Doc. Yeah, read a little bit of that because that's right on time.
So you have Russia's Medvedev calls for elimination of Zelensky and his clique after drone attack.
Man.
Outspoken former Russian president and current deputy chairman of the Secretary Council, Dmitry Medvedev, said on Wednesday in a post on social media that the overnight drone attack on Kremlin has left Moscow with no options but to eliminate Ukrainian President Zelensky and his clique.
Ooh, see, that's the catalyst. Right? It was a drone attack on Putin's life. They tried to take him out with the drones, but it didn't go through. So now they're like, look, we got to eliminate the president of Ukraine.
Right. And you got niggas over here like, why you want to go that far? Man, imagine if they try to do that shit to Joe Biden.
Right.
Niggas gonna be up in arms.
Right.
It's like, oh nah, we gotta go ahead and get them.
Right.
That's the hypocrisy of Babylon.
That's an act of war.
It is. You went for the head. Shit.
Man, the Lord working, man. Go ahead. Hey,
brother,
His
word is faithful and true, man.
Come on, man.
Brothers just read Matthew 24 and 22, man.
Right.
You just gotta hold fast and endure.
That's it.
Continuing on in the article, it says, essentially he's calling for a decapitation strike of the government in Kyiv, which is the capital of Ukraine.
Yep.
As for Zelensky, he's vehemently denied his government was behind the attack, which Russia is asserting was an assassination attempt targeting Putin.
Ooh, read that again. Read that again. That's it right there. This it, man. Go ahead. Read that again, huh?
As for Zelensky, he's vehemently denied his government was behind the attack, which Russia is asserting was an assassination attempt targeting Putin.
Yeah, see, an assassination attempt on Putin's life. Right? Let's get it popping, man. Bring the fire.
I had wanted to make mention also of, this to serve as a catalyst to forward and escalate things at a faster pace, because in World War I, the assassination of Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand, June 28, 1914, was the main catalyst for the start of the Great War, World War I. Now, that assassination happened in the exact same year that World War I took place.
Heavy.
So Lord willing, this serves as a catalyst
Right.
to speed roll this snowball
Right.
that's coming downhill. Add some more flurries to that snowball.
Yeah.
Because at this rate, this is a major act of war, as the elder said. This is an act of war, man. You came after the head. What you think's gonna happen? All these accusations that have been going on back and forth against Russia, and you tried to assassinate.
I know you probably. You gotta think all these NATO nations are basically have Putin under arrest, man. They got warrants out. So Putin can't even really leave Russia, man, unless he's going to China or one of these other BRICS nations.
Yep.
So now, everything is being separated, man. The sides are being drawn, the lines are drawn. And all we need is that one little spark, man.
Yeah. People don't understand how heavy this is, man. Right? That's why the Lord set us up to break it down, to make it plain, to give you the understanding of the times and seasons. Can I get that? Still hold where you was at. Go to Ecclesiastes 3. You can read one through 8 or get straight to the point, whatever you want to do. Yeah, go ahead, man.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter.
Ecclesiastes 3, right? The time and the season and the purpose, right?
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season.
Yep.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven.
See that? There's a season and a time and every purpose under heaven, man. As the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has ordained. Go ahead.
A time to be born and a time to die.
Woo! A time to be born and a time to die.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which was planted. So America had its root. Now it's time to be plucked up. Right? The Lord is, and the Lord is about to uproot this this habitation. Right? Yep, started with the prophets.
This whole system of America was based on the foundation of lies, witchcraft, sorcery.
Yep.
You know, and it's all being exposed through the Holy Spirit.
Yep. The murdering of the tribes.
Yep.
You know? Go ahead, Up.
Continuing on, verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up.
Yeah, we're in the time of killing, the time of breaking down. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance.
That's right. Mourning. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together.
That's right.
A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
Hey, you know what's heavy too? A time to gather them stones, right? And them stones aren't being gathered together, which is the elect. You know, the house of David being built up. Each brother is like a brick, like a stone, and adding on to that foundation of that house, man. So the Lord is gathering them stones together. That house is being built, right? And that same house, the house of David, is going to withstand the storm. You know, the Lord's going to preserve His election. So go ahead.
It's ready, so you can't stop that, bro. I mean, it's where you gonna stop it.
Right.
Continuing on, verse 6. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away.
Man.
A time to rend and a time to sow.
Uh-huh.
A time to keep silence and a time to speak.
Yeah, a time. We in the time of speaking. Right? The Lord is allowing this word to go out there, man, before what? That time of silence. Hey, because that's the famine.
It's approaching quickly, man.
You know?
It's approaching super fast. Because at this rate, just think about all the information that's came out over the past 3 years on censorship, misinformation, disinformation. It's been a targeted amount of information that's been revealed to the general public on how these politicians are rallying and supporting the idea of censorship. Because the internet is too crazy. Right. The internet serves as like the digital Wild West. Right. There's never been a time like the internet before, because the internet allowed an abundant amount of information to be released that exposed Esau Edom.
Exactly.
You know? The books were opened on the firmament. Right. You know, this truth going out, being revealed. This is one of the worst things that these Edomites could have done. Yeah. And they're on record saying that. I believe it was Robert Kennedy, if I'm not mistaken.
Date was Rockefeller, right?
Might have been.
You know, he said the internet should never been created. I think it was, I forgot, it was Rockefeller. You know? Yeah, go ahead. I want to add to what you said, all right? Because now, basically, the information that's come out throughout the unicorn and internet pretty much wounded Esau. So now, they're trying to what? They're trying to silence everything. And that's why I wanted to read this real quick. Right? But this is from Brownstone Institute. It says how government and big tech colluded to usurp constitutional rights, right? So big tech, all right, and the government, they're in this thing together, right? It came out about how pretty much, you know, the White House was in cahoots with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that shit, all right, to basically monitor and control what's being put out on the internet. See what I'm saying? It says, I'm going to read a brief paragraph, we'll get back to the scriptures. But it says, a federal corporate collusion supplanted the American system of separation of powers and individual rights. This coup d'etat usurped the Constitution and created a new ruling order, right? That's the key. It created a new ruling order of suppression and surveillance. See that? So this is what it was all about, man. See, Esau, what this devil's about to do, he's about to pretty much wipe his ass with the Constitution. Right? He's gonna wipe his ass with it and flush it in the toilet. Because that piece of paper, it don't hold no power, man. Right? Every day they come up with some new stipulations, all right, to override, certain laws. Because hey, this devil don't even hold, he's not even bound by his own laws.
That law, the legal talk, that shit is the serpent's tongue to a T.
Right.
That nigga will have something written out that clearly outlines something that when you read with a general eye, you gonna be like, okay, that's just this.
Right.
That nigga can start break that bitch down 300 ways, all to benefit his agenda. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's coming to. It's all about benefiting Esau's agenda, man. How can he forward his enterprise? You know? Because this truth is against it, man. And it's exposing it. As the elder was saying, it's been abundant amount of information just being revealed that this devil had involvement in censorship and trying to control narrative, man. And think about the damage that did to a whole generation of people. And niggas ain't gonna hold Esau accountable. That's why it says in Psalms 94:16, who will stand up for me against the evildoers? Yeah, who else is speaking about this? You know what I'm saying? Who else is calling out Esau for his madness, man? The lies and treacheries that he's enacted upon the masses of the people. Nobody. So niggas just go about their day as long as they got their bread and circus.
We'll read a little bit more and then we'll get back to the scripture. Hey, it's a long article, but I'll just get straight to the point, right? Because pretty much it breaks down on how the White House colluded with the social media platforms to keep the confidence in people getting the jab. And anybody that was coming against the jab, you was labeled a terrorist, you was labeled anti-Shem, all that shit, man. Right? But anyway, it says politicians and government agencies repeatedly and deliberately augmented their power by tracking their citizens and thus depriving them of their Fourth Amendment rights. Then they analyzed that information, assigned citizens compliance scores, and used the spyware to manipulate voters to maintain their positions of authority. In effect, government forces used the Crown 99 as a pretext to return to the system of general warrants that framers designed the Fourth Amendment to abolish. Government officials gained access to citizens' movements, locations, travel patterns, and they used the citizens' tax dollars to do it. It says, this is heavy, man. These people don't realize the war that's against them, man. It says the collusion of government and corporate power siphoned millions of dollars from taxpayers while abolishing the Fourth Amendment safeguards that protect citizens against arbitrary invasions by government officials. So it's a wrap. The Constitution is null and void. It's out of there. It's fried, man. The Constitution is fried, man. Right? So as you read earlier back in Revelation 13, how he had the two horns, he's like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. That's what's getting ready to go down. Full lockdown, everything tracked. Your movements, your carbon output, right? How much you, what you could buy, where you could go. It's all getting to that point, you know? So anyway, you go back to that. I just want to bring that out, man. I'm gonna put that article back up for you too. Right? Just look at Revelation 13. Yeah, read some more out of it. Let's finish that.
Back in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16.
Right.
And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
That's the microchip. That's the mark of the beast. Right? He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive the mark. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell.
See? That no man may buy or sell, man. Right?
What is allowing you to do this? Jake, think for 2 seconds. What is allowing you to buy and sell within the markets? Money. What technology in a technocracy is this man establishing to use to allow you to buy and sell?
Right. That's going to be the new form of bartering. Right? That's basically what's said here. Right? That CHIP is going to be the new form of buying and selling.
Right.
Plain, Jake.
And the minds of the people are already being gradually accepting of that practice, man. The tap to pay.
Yep.
That motion is second nature now.
Yeah, wave the hand.
Wave the hand, like it used to be a thing where yo, damn, I left my wallet at the crib. Now it's like shit, as long as I got my phone on me, I'm straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And again, like we went into that article at camp last Saturday, you know, you had this investor, Ray Danio, butchered his last name, but he was like, yo, I don't know why people are so obsessed with investing into crypto as opposed to gold, because these people afford this shit. They don't give a fuck about tangible assets. Their mindset is already being geared to accept digital currency, to accept the system where their money is tied to a blockchain, and they're going to have to access it through that system and that means. As the elder said, this is going to be the new system of bartering. It's going to go digital.
Yeah. Esau has made people totally reliant on technology, man. Hey, think about it. The cell phones, if nobody can use their cell phones right now, people will bug the hell out. You know? Go ahead, man. That was dope. I'll fuck with that. That's cool. Go ahead.
This article off of Blacklisted News. It reads, Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki warns of a dystopian CBDCs. He says, jumping down to the point, he shared his concerns in the recent episode of Rich Dad Podcast, suggesting that a Federal Reserve-backed CBDC would enable an unprecedented level of government surveillance on its citizens.
Man, unprecedented.
Like going into what you were saying. You know, they already have this information, but it's gonna, like you said, unprecedented, man. It's gonna ramp up, man. They're gonna have their fingers in every aspect of your life, man.
You just had in New York. New York was the first state that went ahead and they like, look, we ain't doing the gas stoves no more.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Carbon. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, the mayor, Eric Adams, he over here demonizing eating meat. Carbon. Like you said, it's unprecedented. These niggas finna start making 101 excuses as to why they need to control and mitigate what you do, say, or think.
Yep.
And the final cause of them reaching that point is gonna be that chip, man. And we gotta have the chip rolled out, you know. It's a crazy amount of theft going on, global security, national security.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Climate change. You know, too much carbon being put. You know, it's messing up the ozone. You know, all that shit they talk. But it's all a guise to enslave you. Go ahead,
I may mention too, the WEF, they've been pushing this thing called civic participation. You know, so they're counting on the participation of the people, man. And as the elder mentioned, man, they've created slaves to convenience. So once those conveniences get taken away, they're gonna willingly tie themselves into this MOTB system.
Exactly. Go ahead.
It reads, Kiyosaki expressed apprehension regarding the potential loss of privacy that would accompany the introduction of a CBDC. He fears that with the Fed coin, authorities will have the ability to monitor every transaction, purchase, and financial interaction, effectively erasing any semblance of privacy.
That's the system. Matter of fact, before you read on, go back to Revelation 13. and finish it out. 'Cause that's basically what's going on here, right?
Revelations 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
That's right. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast.
Yep. Yeah. Let here is wisdom. Let he that have understanding, right, count the number of the beast. Go ahead.
For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Yeah. Chai was a chai size stigma. It is the number of a man, right? The man is the
Dajjal, evil. Dajjal,
What's that?
the demon, Dajjal.
What are you talking about? We're the Israelites, brother.
Exactly. You guys familiar with Dajjal? D-A-J-A-A-L?
Nah, that's an idol. You talking about
The one eye guy.
the world they talk about the anti-Christ. all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
exactly what that
You know
is.
what I'm saying?
You guys don't speak on that.
No, we don't speak on that. That's not scripture.
Okay.
Scriptures talk about there's many antichrists, not just one.
Yeah.
It's many.
Yeah, okay.
You know? But anyway, read that again.
Revelations 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the name, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right, real quick, go to where you at? Go to Proverbs 8:12. Right?
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 12. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence,
I, wisdom, dwell with prudence. Go ahead.
and find out knowledge of witty invention.
Right, so you got to have the wisdom to find out, basically, to decipher what the Apostle John was saying in the Scripture. Right? Any more? That was it, right? Now go read verse 18 again.
Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast,
Yep.
for it is the number of a man.
The number of a man, the man of sin. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. The Edomite. It is the number of a man. Go ahead.
And his number is 666.
And his number is 603 score 666. Shy side stigma.
Smelling it.
You know? So this whole, as the brother was reading, this whole as the brother was reading, this whole system, all right, this medical system, all right, is all going to be used to own and track you, man. That's basically what it is. It's all one and the same, man. Right? The image, you know, this MARK, it's all set up. It's all set up to track everybody, to own everybody, man. That's the system we headed to, man. You know? Go ahead, Al. Okay, come on. Yeah, go ahead and read some more.
Continuing on. It says, Kiyosaki expressed his apprehension regarding the potential loss of privacy that would accompany the introduction of the CBDC.
Yeah, ownership and tracking everybody and everything. Go ahead.
He fears that with the Fed coin, authorities will have the ability to monitor every transaction, purchase, and financial interaction, effectively erasing any semblance of privacy.
Woo! Hey, freedom is out of there. Freedom is out of there. So-called freedom, liberty, that's done. Once they implement this thing, lockdown, man.
Because like we went into the live lesson last week, that breakdown of the FedNow, he broke it down to where it was like the FedNow is going to serve as that medium between whoever you're purchasing goods from. So if you purchase something from Amazon, it's the currency that you're spending with that business is not going to go directly to them. It's first going to pass through FedNow, and then it'll go to the company that you're trying to do business with.
Right.
In the same way, it's going to be with if someone was trying to send money, like how they use these third-party ACH apps, Venmo, Zelle. It's going to serve as that medium. Cash App. You know, this is going to be the only third. This is going to be the only system that's backed by the federal government, and it's going to pretty much eliminate all the other competition because these banks are going to have to tie in with it. You know.
So we're full control over that. All right, no more middlemen. No more in between, man. You got to go directly to him now. Go directly through him.
all these what's it called, digital coin billionaires, tech billionaires being put to death, man. You know, the Cash App guy got put to death. Various Bitcoin billionaires got put to death, man, because they're causing instability in that coin, and now they're gonna make note that same group of people who they got comfortable using the digital currencies to easily transition into the Bitcoin. Continuing on, the article it reads, drawing parallels to Orwell's 1984, Kiyosaki highlights the potential of a Big Brother scenario where people's lives are constantly scrutinized through their monetary activities.
Man, that's heavy, see?
They go into that, the carbon footprint and all these things that they're, you know, so-called worried about the environment.
Right.
You know, worried about your emissions and things like that. They just want control over your spending. Man.
Exactly. That's them smooth words. His words are smoother than butter.
It says the major apprehension with FedCoin, the CBDC, is that it erodes our privacy by tracking every financial transaction. They will have access to every detail of your spending, the recipient of our money, and how we allocate our resources. In essence, it replicates George Orwell's dystopian society depicted in 1984. Big Brother will constantly be monitoring our financial activity, and this is precisely the problem with the central bank digital currency, or the FedCoin.
Yeah.
Continuing on, it reads, as an individual.
So this don't sound like a conspiracy theory anymore, does it? You know? Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's exactly what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is doing on the planet Earth right now. All right? He's enforcing and causing the whole earth to pretty much be indoctrinated into this CBDC system, which is going to serve as a catalyst to go into, right, the corruption, right? You see? And these people, these sheep are not really understanding the severity of this, of these means, man. You know? As the brother was saying, this man is preparing to pretty much bottleneck you into this shit, and he's going to do it in a vicious manner.
Choke your ass out.
Exactly.
It's, Matthew chapter.
Because like we said, this is really the impending doom. This is the calm before the storm, so to speak. Right? So when it goes down, you can't say you didn't hear, you didn't know. The beginning of perils, man. Go ahead, Ike.
Matthew 24 verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him building of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Right, and the end of the world. It's not talking about the planet blowing up, man. Right? But it's going into what? That word, the Greek word eon, right? Which is a period of time. The end of an age. Right? Second Ezra chapter 6. Right? Esau being the end of the world and Jacob being the beginning of it that followeth. Right? So basically, you know, the disciples were inquiring from Yahushua, you know, when are you going to set up the kingdom of heaven on earth? You know, when shall be the end of this world? The signs, right? Which that word signs goes into the events that are declared by the prophets, man, that are going to basically happen in the future. So we're out here giving you the signs of the times. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Yeah, take heed that no man deceive you. Hey, heavy deception is going on in these last days. Real heavy, man. False prophets, mangling the scriptures, right? It's all types of shit going on, man. That's why you got to have the oil. You got to have the Spirit of the Lord with you, man. Because if not, hey, you could be taken. right? And what's the scripture say? If it were possible, you know, to deceive the very elect. But that's the key. It said if it were possible, right? Because the elect have been established. No man can pluck them out of my Father's hand, Yahweh Shai said, man. So the elect ain't going to be bamboozled, man. They're not going to be beguiled, man. Right? Go ahead.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach.
Yeah, many shall come with the scriptures, right? They're going to come with the scriptures. They're going to butcher the word. They're going to lie to you, right? Because, hey, people in the world can clearly see that, look, there's a looming event that's about to happen, right? There's something that's getting ready to go on, and you have these false prophets or whatnot that are essentially taking advantage of what's going on, right? Because the Lord said the deceived and the deceiver are his. So the Lord has these false prophets, these deceivers, these hirelings set up to filter out the 2/3, right? To gather those that the Lord didn't want. But the elect, they're not going to be deceived. They're going to stick to the scripts, man, right? They're going to stick to what they've been taught. They're not going to veer away from the path. Go ahead.
Matthew 24:5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach,
Yep.
and shall deceive many.
Exactly.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah. So we at the doorstep of this thing. Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right. So at the time Yahweh Shah was breaking this down to the disciples, this was back when the Roman Empire was ruling. So the Lord was giving the declaration of events that was going to happen in the future. Right? So we're reading about what Yahweh Shah was telling them right now. All these things are happening right now. Right? Read it again, us.
It's spiritual because what beast was revived? The Romans. You know?
And we under the hands of the Romans all over again. Right? All over again. Right? Because hey, like the history tells you that the Romans go back to Esau. Right? The Greeks go back to Esau. Right? At the time of what? The third beast. Daniel's the 7th chapter. The time of the Greeks, Alexander the Greek. You know, when he died, he parted his kingdom to his 4 generals. And it tells you what? That the evils were multiplied on the earth. Right? But hey, like the elder was breaking down, but when the Romans came into power, that's when Esau's power was really concrete in the earth, man. You know, that's when he really stapled his power, you know. Go ahead.
Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
We see that. Russia versus NATO, Europe, right? America, China, North Korea, America, Iran, America, Israel. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Right? It's all going down just like Yahweh Shah said it would. Go ahead.
Showing you that them people over there ain't because there's a series of events that are happening before he returns to establish the kingdom.
That's right.
So them people over there, they're impossible.
Absolutely.
Just real quick, this article off of Trending Politics, it reads, Russia warns Biden the risk of nuclear war steadily increasing. It reads, Russia has issued a warning to President Joe Biden and the United States, signaling that the risk of nuclear war is steadily increasing.
Right, right when they had an attempt of assassination on Putin's life, right after this article, there was an assassination attempt on Putin's life. So World War III,
She just got serious.
shit just got serious, right? So World War III is steadily increasing.
But that's how you know the United States is involved in all this, man.
Huh.
Because Ukraine ain't got no, drones to fly around and try to crash into buildings, man. No, they're being provided all these military funds, man. Why do you think they've been sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, man?
Exactly.
It's to send all these weapons over there for them to use during this warfare.
Proxy war. But it's about to bubble over into an actual war because you not only had proxy. Before that, you had what? the trade sanctions, all of these things, tariffs that were stopped. Russia got removed off the SWIFT system. It's forced. It is literally forced and isolated them to form their own regime, which is why BRICS is at the point where they're like, look, we don't need you niggas no more. We trading in our own currency. We doing what we want to do. Fuck America.
All right.
And America like shit. We gotta get these niggas quick before shit goes up.
Jumping down the article, it reads, Vladimir Yermakov, the director of the Department of Non-Proliferation and Arms Control at Russia's foreign ministry, stated that the fate of the START treaty may be a foregone conclusion. That START treaty was basically them trying to come to a means of nuclear de-escalation.
Not gonna happen.
Right.
Not happen.
It said, if the United States continues to follow its current course of confrontation with Russia, because as the brother mentioned, they're in a proxy war with Ukraine. It says he further added the most acute threat today is associated with the danger of nuclear escalation as a result of direct military confrontation between nuclear powers. So all these things are being ramped up, man. The spirits are being riled up over there in the east to come against the Babylon the Great, man.
Gotcha. Set that up. Revelation. This is Revelation 16, right? Revelation chapter 16 and verse 12, and it reads, And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared, right?
And that way is being prepared, man. Over there in the Euphrates River, we're seeing it drying up. The valley of Yahweh Shabbat. We're about to see all these things come to pass, man. And it's starting with this little tit for tat between Russia and the United States, man. And eventually, the United States is going to have to dive headfirst in it, man.
Exactly.
Because Russia they're not going to take too much poking and prodding, man.
Exactly.
You poke the bear, eventually he's going to turn around and bite you, man.
Exactly.
The scriptures say the Lord's determination is to gather the nations.
That's right.
So all of this is being done by the will of the Lord.
Yeah.
It's his story.
The kings of the east, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. All right. The kings that are on the eastern world, basically the continent of Asia. Right. You got Russia. You got China. Right. You got North Korea out there. You got Iran. Right. So those kings of the east are coming together, making deals, making pacts and alliances with each other to wage war on the West, right? And the East and West all-star game. Go ahead, man.
And that's why you see them slowly phasing out the U.S. dollar in these various economies, man.
Exactly.
Because then they know that once they attack the United States, the whole system is going to crumble. So they want to try to have some type of foundation to lie upon, man.
Strategic.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's finish that. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Revelations chapter 9, Revelations chapter 8 and verse 13. I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels, which are yet to sound. Speaking of World War III. Okay? Woe, woe, woe. 3 woes. The third woe coming quickly, as the scripture saying, look how fucking fast this shit is escalating. It was only like, what, a year ago? A year and a half almost? Where you had Ukraine actually get invaded by Russia. And look at how things have heightened. The destruction of the Nord Stream pipeline, right? You now have an assassination attempt on Putin, the SWIFT banking system, right? All of these things are serving as catalysts to fuel the fires of war, man. And it's about to reach that tipping point, man. Which we know tells us what? The Charagma is closer than we think. Because the Charagma is going to come before World War III.
Exactly. That's why the elites, the globalists, the international banking families are accelerating their agenda. Right? They're accelerating the implementation of their agenda, as the article stated. Right? So the microchip got to come first, right? Before the missiles drop. Go ahead.
So back in Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
All these things that we've been seeing throughout the years. All right? Go ahead.
You know, we got new pestilences popping up, you know, every day, man.
Exactly.
What's the new H5N1? You know, it's jumping from what's it called? Birds to mammals now. You know, they got a new a fungal parasite that's going through hospitals in Las Vegas that they're keeping an eye out for, man.
Yeah.
You know, that they're warning people to look out for. So all these things are the pestilences that the Lord has set upon the earth, man. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Right, man. Because hey, that's part of bearing the cross, you know. The straight gate, the martyrs, that's the bitterness of the truth, man. You know? And we're gonna be hated for simply what? Telling the truth. You know? It's happening now, man. Esau is already prepared, right, as it tells you in Revelation, the 12th chapter, that the dragon was prepared to fight against the woman. The woman.
Rough with it.
He was wroth with the woman.
They got you angry.
Right.
Damn, why won't you just give me a piece?
It's gonna get physical. But guess what? The Lord also said that what? He was jealous for Zion. Right? He was jealous for his woman. Right? So the Lord is going, hey, we telling you, man, divine things are gonna happen. Right? Miracles are gonna work out, man. The Lord is gonna lift up a standard.
That's right, got faith, man.
You gotta have faith. Hell with Esau, man. He ain't gonna win.
He think he that guy, but he not that.
He's not.
Not that guy. He's presenting himself like he got it figured out, like he got it made, he got this shit mapped
Right.
out. Like, yo, y'all, don't worry about it. I got you.
Right.
That nigga do not have it. Sirach the 12th chapter tells you to never trust your enemy.
Right.
Isaiah the 30th chapter says that his strength is going to be to sit still. Daniel tells you that the Lord riseth up kings and set it and removeth them. He setteth up the basis of men, meaning that's Esau, Edom. So how much more proof do you need to see that this nigga Esau, Edom is not him? You're not that guy.
Right.
Yahweh Shemel Shai is the way, man.
Matthew 24 verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many.
All that's going on in the world, man. You know, that's the straight gate, you know, the time of betrayal, right? Niggas switching up, you know? And that's even amongst brothers, man. You know? These are the realities of prophecy, man. Right? Yahweh Shah warned us of these things. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 11. That's like verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
See that? Because iniquity shall abound. Right? Read that verse in NLT or Good News, one of the two. Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, man. The Lord put a cold spirit out here, man. Right? It's a cold-blooded spirit that's on these people. People don't give a damn about nothing but themselves. Right? That's the way of society. Right? Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Right? Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 12 in the NLT, it says sin will be rampant everywhere.
Sin will be rampant everywhere. You don't see that in 2023? Like the brother said, man. Hey, these devils are openly exalting Satan in your face, man. And they got Satanist rallies in different states. Right? These Edomites glorifying Satan, man.
Right there behind them.
Homosexuality is next level. Transformism. Right? Sin is rampant, man. Right? The morality has declined. Ain't no shame amongst these people. Right? And that's because of this internet, man. This internet brought the worst out of niggas, man. So sin is running rampant right now. Right? Just like in the time of the flood. Flood, hey, like the elders say, flood-like behavior, man.
And that's why I was like,
Goodness gracious. Good God.
I mean, I wanted Oh,
Go ahead. Read that again for me in that verse, in that version.
Matthew 24:12 in the NLT. Sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold.
Yeah, and the love of many will grow cold. That's why, hey, like we said, if somebody can get shot and be bleeding out, they're not calling 911. They're gonna put you on World Star. They're gonna record it.
Somebody help him.
And while they record it, you gonna have some bitches dancing around them, right? See, so the love of many shall wax cold, man.
I saw a video of this woman that hit 2 people and killed them, and all she was worried about was when she was gonna get her car. Right?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
I was like, you know, you killed 2 people, right? So yeah, but can I go to class tomorrow? Like,
That's the spirit. That's that spirit that's out here, man. People don't give a fuck, man. Right?
It's Matthew 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Right, we see that, man. Go ahead.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
But he that shall endure to the end, he shall be saved. So, hey, you niggas in the church, you ain't saved. No matter how you feel or what you think. Scriptures say, hey, Yahweh Shai said this. He that endureth to the end is the same that shall be saved. So you got to endure what? The test. Right? The hour of temptation, Revelation the 3rd chapter, which is going to come upon the whole world. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
Yep.
For a witness unto all nations.
Exactly.
And then the end shall come.
So this gospel will be preached into the 4 corners of the earth, and it will be a witness unto all the nations, and then the end shall come. And we are in the end. But the gospel had to be preached to the 4 corners of the earth, and that proves to you that wasn't talking about Christianity, right? How many followers in Christianity? Like over 3 billion.
They kill people to get to
Come on, man. So that's how you know that it was talking about this truth. Hey, how you doing? It was talking about this truth. It had to be preached to the 4 corners of the earth, then the end shall come. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place.
Right, the abomination of desolation that's going into that Roman siege in 70 AD. Right? Yeah, the defilement of the temple, the destruction of Jerusalem. Right? Go ahead.
Whoso readeth, let him understand.
Go ahead.
Then let them which be in Judea flee unto the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
Go ahead.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Right, so this is really dealing with 70 AD in that siege of Jerusalem. But in a sense, you can apply it to now, because the times that are coming are going to be extremely terrible, man. Right? Go ahead.
But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor no ever shall be.
Right, so the judgment, the tribulation is going to be next level, man. Right, go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Yep.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yeah, but for the elect's sake, right? Not all of Israel, but for the elect's sake, all those days should be shortened, man. So, like Romans 13 and 11, our salvation is nearer than we believe. Everything is speeding up. The world is spinning faster. The elites, the bankers, they had to accelerate their plans. The Lord is doing miraculous works throughout the earth. There's so many things going on, man. So everything is speeding up. We almost out of here. Go ahead.
Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders.
Right, we see that now, going back, those great signs going back to this man's technology. You know, his science.
Čuo se od imperator
Go ahead.
Insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Yeah, if it were possible, it ain't possible. Because, hey, Jake looks at Bill Gates, Elon Musk, right? Who else? All these top-level demons, these Edomites, as some type of prophet, man.
Right,
Joe Biden and shit.
Donald Trump.
Soros, all that, man. You know?
They take their word like it's law.
Exactly.
That nigga Joe Biden told the niggas to run down there and take that juice packet. Nigga said, I'm right here, sir.
In lines, in
I
droves.
know. How much more when they roll out that damn see him?
Man,
You know Jay gonna be right there with it.
right.
I'm right here, sir. Just do whatever you tell me to do.
Hey, well, remember when the video came out with Bill Gates and his wife, and he said, you blacks, natives, and Hispanics got to be the first to take it. They put emphasis on that. You know, this is for you. You know, you
High
niggas.
risk.
Yeah, you're at high risk. You niggas got to take it first. You Negro, Latino, Native Americans, Hispanics, you got to get it first. It's gonna be the same thing. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and 25. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not.
Right.
For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. Because we know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And that west going into what? Matter of fact, pull it up, bro. Go to the blue letter. Right? Because sunset is tied to what? To darkness. Darkness is tied to what? Doom. Destruction. Right? So the sun is about to set over the west. Right? And we're in the time of what? Of the decline of the west. Right? The Western way. The destruction of Babylon the Great. America. Right? Got it.
The word west, G1424, the setting of the sun, the region of the sunset, the west.
Yeah, but that's the point. Sunset is tied to what? To the decline. That's what's going on with the society. Right. So hey, so we're in the time of what? The sunset, destruction. Go ahead.
So Matthew 24 and
I'm
verse
sorry. And when you look up the root of that Strong's is G1416. It says to go into entry, to go down, set.
This place about to go down.
Ooh, sinking as it were into the sea.
Sinking as it were into the sea. Right? Come on, man. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 verse 28. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will be the eagles. There will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days.
Right, because the Lord, it tells you that in was it Zephaniah, the first chapter, how the Lord has prepared a meal for the fowls of the air. You know, the animals, they're gonna eat after that destruction. They're gonna eat on them bodies, man. He said he prepared a feast for them. Right? Go ahead.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Yeah, pretty much. These elites, man, they're gonna fall, man. Esau's empire is gonna be destroyed. Go ahead.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
That's right.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Uh-huh.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in great clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Right, so the whole earth, the whole planet Earth is going to witness the majesty of Yahweh Shah. Right, when he enters into this realm. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 31, Matthew 24, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
So that's what salvation is for. Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, he's coming to gather the elect, and that's it. from the four winds of heaven. All right? Through the prophecy, right? The nation of Israel was scattered to all the nations throughout the earth, be in slavery, man. Right?
There's not going to be a rapture where the Lord returns to deliver us, and everybody else is just left here to exist through the time of trouble. No.
Yeah.
We're going to be in no time of trouble as well, and the Lord is going to deliver us at that last trumpet.
That's right.
You know, he's going to tell us to come up, Lord willing, to be a part of the elect. He's going to tell us to come up with him. You know, and that's what we fighting to hear.
That's right.
We ain't trying to die with you niggas out here.
That's right.
We understand what's at stake. And we understand that we're trying to fight for salvation.
That's right, brother.
Deliverance, which is needed.
That's right.
Matthew 24 and verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
That's right. Keep going.
Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and it putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall hear all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors.
So when you shall hear of all these things that we've been telling you, right, concerning prophecy, just know it's even at the doors. This thing is right on your doorstep. You can look out the window and see it, man. That's how close it is, right? Go ahead. Jay looking in the peephole and shit. Like, damn, you know? Right?
Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
Yeah, see? All these prophecies, this generation will not pass away until these prophecies are all fulfilled. Right? And we're in the last main part of prophecy. The sea hip, World War III, Jacob's trouble, right? Go ahead.
Verse 35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
That's right.
But of that day and hour knoweth no man.
Yep.
No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Right, so the angels don't know, Yahweh Shai don't know, just the Father. And that's why, hey, Yahweh Shai is waiting to get the green light. So he, right. He's itching, you know? Imagine that, man. In the spiritual realm, waiting to get the okay from the Father to come in and wreck shop, man.
That's why the scriptures say, measure the time diligently within itself.
Man.
But the Lord, he provided us the prophecies, the understanding, right? To see through the signs and evaluate what's happening in real time, so that we can have an understanding or an inkling as to how fast and how near the approach of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai
Right,
is.
exactly. He gave us the tokens, man.
Matthew 24 and verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yep.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark.
Yeah, same thing going on now, man. Eating, drinking, giving into marriage, all types of sexual immorality, wickedness, all the stuff that was going on during the time of the flood. Because guess what? Them same spirits that were during the flood are back on the earth now. See? All souls are reincarnated, man. Them same spirits are back on the earth. Even more wicked.
Hey, read Jeremiah, I believe the 16th chapter. It talks about how you surpassed the deeds of your fathers, man. You know, so as far as we were going off back then, the times now, people are going off exceedingly worse, man.
Yeah.
Who are your fathers?
Like we read earlier, in NLT, sin will run rampant, and the love of many will wax cold.
So Matthew 24 and verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Man.
So shall
First death.
so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah.
What is he coming with? Fire. That's what we read in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. And we talking, it goes into the second death. And now it's going to create this world that just currently is preserved for the fire. Okay? So all of the wickedness that these people do out here is being reserved for that judgment of thermonuclear missiles. You think the nukes just sitting in the silos just cooling for nothing? No, that was created for the Lord's judgment.
Yeah. And this is what the prophets saw. This is what they described in the visions that they wrote down in the scriptures, man. Isaiah saw it. Isaiah 9 and 5. Right? He said, but this war shall be with burning fuel of fire. Peter saw it. 2 Peter chapter 3. He said the elements shall be burned with fervent heat. See what I'm saying?
Zephaniah 14 and 12.
Zephaniah saw it. Right? All the major and minor prophets saw the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, in some form or fashion. Right?
Matthew 24 and verse 40.
Moses saw it. Moses saw the destruction. That's why you got the Song of Moses in Deuteronomy 32.
So
It goes into that, man. The Lord said he will uphold his glittering sword, man. Right? Isaiah, etc. Jeremiah, come on, man. And the list goes on.
Scripture say that the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophet.
Come on, man. Jeremiah 28 and 8. What do they speak about? Wars, evil, and pestilence. They saw it. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 40. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken and the other left.
Yup. Meaning, hey, they're gonna get beamed up. Go ahead.
Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left.
Abducted. All right. Go ahead.
Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
Yeah, watch. That's why we watch it. Watch therefore, because you know not what hour your Lord come. That's why, hey, the Lord, when he comes back, he said that he will find his prophets what? Doing what? Being occupied, man. In the prophecies. Being occupied in the work. Go ahead.
But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Exactly. You would have been watching. You would have been watching for the thief. You wouldn't have been settled on your leaves, man. Go ahead.
Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
Man, the Lord gonna come unannounced. And the Lord just gonna pull up. Go ahead. Right. Right.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant,
That's right.
whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household,
Uh-huh.
to give the meat in due season?
That's right.
Blessed is that servant whom whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Find so doing was doing what? The work. Right? Feeding the sheep. Expanding the Father's business. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods.
Man, we want to be the one. We want to be found as a faithful servant, man. To take part of to be part of the joint heirs, man. To be blessed with dominion and power, just like Yahweh shot, man. Go ahead.
Just say it. That's the Lord will it be on the chariot.
That's it, man.
Have the grace of the Lord extended unto us.
Con.
Matthew 24 and verse 48. But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of you niggas that's in that spirit, man. That the Lord is delaying his coming, man. Right? You want to party. It's an Israelite party. You want to be worshiped. You want your ass kissed. You got time. You want to build Israelite communities. Right? There's a lot of jakes that's in that spirit, man. They're not really watching out for the prophecies of the Lord. They're not really warning the people. Right? Go ahead.
That's what scripture say, woe to him that has lost patience, man.
Come on.
It says, Matthew 24 and 48. But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of.
Right, that's what we said. Many are going to be caught unawares. Many of our people are going to be caught unawares in the time of the arrival of Yahweh Shai, in the time of this destruction. Right?
tucked in, you ain't got no clothes on, just your PJs, snuggled up. Got your lady next to you and shit. Yeah, I love you so much, man. Boom, boom, boom. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Crust in your eye.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know you was... It's too late.
Panicking.
Too late, man.
You know?
So Matthew 24, verse 50.
And especially going back to our elders and apostles, too. You had a lot of, they would tell the stories from back in the days. But you had a lot of cats that was in the school with them, and they fell out. They went back into the world. So they was in the spirit of the Lord delaying his coming. You know, they put the garment, they hung the garment back up in the closet, man. Went back in the world. They got disenchanted. They gave up. Right? So, hey, all them niggas gonna get held accountable too. Right?
He eat and drink with the drunken.
That's it.
Go back into to be Babylonians, man.
Exactly.
Take part in what they thought they were missing out on.
Exactly. Even you niggas that was with us, man, that went back into the world, that quit on the Lord, that just gave up, the Lord gonna come visit you niggas too. Right? Hey, nobody gets away. Right? Go ahead.
Matthew 24, verse 50. The Lord that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him.
Exactly.
And in an hour that he is not aware of.
Man.
And shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
And the Lord's gonna do that through the missiles and also them lasers that's gonna come out of them chariots, man. Hey, the slaying of the Lord, give me that real quick. We'll wrap with that. Isaiah 66, 15 and 16. There should be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. It's gonna be a terrible time. Right? Because imagine, you was in this thing for a while, and then you quit. You went back in the world, you gave up on the Lord, and then when the Lord comes and you see the chariots, oh man, you're gonna be sick, man. Because you knew you messed up. You know?
He was gonna hop right off your ass. You just gonna be.
Yep. You got it out.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire.
Yep.
And with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Where's the peace at? The Lord coming with fire. He ain't coming with peace and rose petals. Right? Go ahead.
To render his anger with fury.
Yep.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
Man, go ahead.
Verse 16.
Independence Day. All right? Imagine that. Go ahead. Watch the first Independence Day. Right? When the chariots came, man, and they blew up New York City. That's what's getting ready to happen. Right?
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh.
Yep.
And the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be many.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. Right? It's going to be many. Many are going to taste of the sword in that second death. You know, that's why we're telling Jake to get right, man, to repent, to be covered, man. Because that's what it's about, man. We're seeking the Lord's protection, the Lord's hedge at the end of the day, man. You know? So the point is that many are going to be caught unawares out there. You're going to be caught with your pants down, man. Right? When this MOTB hit, right? When they crash the economy, the system, you know, when lawlessness ensues the streets of America, you're going to be through.
No cloak for your sin, no protection. It's not a way that you want to be. You know, you put in your cloak of Babylon,
Right.
thinking that shit is fresh. It's just a nice little garment on. It's not nice.
Right.
It's only going to lead to your destruction, as we just read.
That's it. That's it, man.
The fruit of Babylon, the end of America, is destruction. And here it is, as an Israelite, a so-called black, Latino, or Native American. You have the opportunity to repent, be wise, and use it.
That's right.
You know, don't misuse it.
That's right. So, hey, put on those spiritual garments, man, Isaiah 52. You know, which is the knowledge. So, I pray that this camp was edifying, man. You know, we'll close it out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect. Hey, shalom.
Kwame Yasharala.
Hey, Kwame Yasharala.
Abad the ball.
Abba, Abba, that's right.